Coming up on Speed Chronicles, huge F1 news.
SIG Media presents Speed Chronicles with Todd Lewis, powered by Rev TV.
Thanks for checking out this week's edition of Speed Chronicles. We do it every Wednesday. Please like and subscribe. You can follow on the Rev TV YouTube channel or your favorite podcast platform. We had a huge weekend last weekend of motorsports. We had Formula One racing, we had IndyCar, we had NASCAR, and of course, the big story breaks midweek that Red Bull has sacked Christian Horner. Out. 20 years of leading Red Bull since they came into existence. Christian Horner now out and unemployed at Red Bull. I guess everything just kind of caught up with them. There's the tumultuous history, of course, of people leaving over the last little while. I mean, the engineering staff has departed. Most notably, Adrian Newey has departed, and Christian Horner has had, we'll call it, fairly struggling performance over the last year and a half. Hasn't been the same dominant Max Verstappen, winning race after race after race. Won lots of championships recently, with Max winning 4 championships, and the team won a lot of constructors' championships, but the success has started to wane. I'm wondering if there's maybe some uncertainty about next year's car with the regulations changing and Red Bull not maybe necessarily being super happy with what they've got coming out next year. There's all this noise about Max Verstappen and his future, despite him maybe having a contract through 2028. Looks like it all finally caught up with with Christian Horner. Adrian Newey departs, and it's a lot of stuff. Seemed like he was going to be there forever, but apparently not. So now, what happens? Of course, Red Bull makes their replacement announcements, but what's going to happen to Christian Horner? Does he take a breath? Does he take time to decide what his next move might be? You have to imagine that there's going to be interest throughout the Formula One paddock in maybe having him come aboard because of his record of success. If I'm Christian Horner, I take my time deciding on my next move. How soon do you want to make that jump? Do you want to take the rest of this year and maybe observe what's going on, meet with teams, meet with ownership, decide what your next move might be? Do you hurry and rush back in? I'd be very cautious and take my time. There's no reason to jump from a financial standpoint. I mean, he should be in pretty good financial shape personally, but I'd be taking my time. The other question is, who hires him to do commentary? I mean, if you're a TV network right now that's broadcasting or involved in Formula One, isn't he being called and rung up right away? Like, come on over. Let's have you on. Let's have you comment about Formula One and the state of it and what's going on. I would be hustling to try to get him as part of my TV commentary plan. Going to be interesting. This is a developing story. We're going to see where it goes over the next little while, and it's going to be very interesting to follow and see what happens. But yeah, it'll be tumultuous. Makes sense to make the move now, though. It's ahead of, the summer break in August, but there's a couple of weeks off between Formula One events. So gives everybody a chance to breathe, gives the new people a chance to come in and take their time and sort of assess and understand before jumping right back into a race. The other F1 bit I wanted to talk about this week, because I've been talking about it for months since it was first discussed that it's coming out, is the Formula One movie. So I finally went to go see it this past weekend. Did a poll on Instagram. Fortunately, I think most were optimistic about whether or not it was going to be a good movie or not. I like the optimistic approach, but then of course you read the comments a little further and you get things like, I haven't heard anything good about it. No, it's awful. There were scenes that were totally unrealistic, and that doesn't happen this way in racing. Well, of course not. It's not racing. It's a movie. It's a fictional story. It's not meant to be a documentary. It's not even based on a true story. What were you expecting? It's a movie. If you want to see 100% accurate racing action, turn on a race. Go to a racetrack. That's where you'll see the racing action. This is a movie. I have this running joke with my mom about the movie Argo from many years ago with Ben Affleck. He's a U.S. hotshot who gets hostages out of the embassy in Iran. It's based on a true story. Well, my mom goes to see this movie and she is livid that the Americans got all the credit and the Canadians kept getting no credit for what they did in this real story. I said, it's not a documentary. It is only based on a true story. She still hates Ben Affleck. Makes me laugh every time. But that's the key. If you go into the F1 movie with unrealistic expectations, then prepare to be disappointed. If you approach it with the attitude, hey, you know what? If it doesn't look exactly like a racing movie or exactly like it does out on a racetrack, then it's crap. Well, then you're going to be disappointed. But if you go in with the right attitude and approach is that, okay, it's a story, it's based around racing and motorsports and Formula One, and you suspend reality a little bit and just go in preparing to be entertained, you won't be that disappointed. It's a 3 out of 5. It's a good movie. It's a time waster on a plane if you want, or just hanging out, watching video, having an evening at home. It'll be on streaming services in no time, although it is doing pretty well at the box office. So just level of expectation is the key part of it. Want a movie with some decent characters, little sense of humor, little fun, a bit of a root for the old guy who got a raw deal kind of thing, gets a chance at redemption. Don't obsess over whether one scene is particularly accurate or not. You'll be fine. Enjoy it. Take it for what it is. If you have unrealistic expectations, then you're going to be disappointed. I was not reading reviews prior to going to see the movie. Didn't want to have those expectations of this or that. I just thought, oh yeah, you know what? It's a nice movie. It's not an all-time classic. It's not Shawshank. It's doing okay at the box office. It was worth it. It's fun. It's an entertaining movie. I thought 2.5 hours was a little bit long. Could have tightened some things up a little bit. But you know what? It's fine. Take it for what it is. It's entertaining. It's a movie. One other note about Formula One, because I want to go back to last weekend at the British Grand Prix. Oscar Piastri is going to regret jerking around behind the pace car. Got penalized, and rightfully so. Some dramatic moves behind the pace car in inclement weather. Maybe they need a consistent penalty. Maybe it should be one thing straight across the board and maybe not have the judgment between a 5 or a 10-second penalty. I could see an argument on that, but he was right to be penalized there. IndyCar, Mid-Ohio. Scott freaking Dixon. 7 wins at that track now. Extraordinary. He is a machine. Always seems to be in a good position. If he doesn't have a great starting spot, he finds his way to the front, always seems to put himself in the best possible position to take advantage of others' mistakes. Did exactly that with Alex Palou. Made a mistake, Dixie got by him, scores the win. The bad news? Might have pissed off Alex Palou. Might have made him so angry that he won't be making mistakes again for the rest of the season. This should be a prop bet in IndyCar as to how many more races Alex Palou is going to win. 7 races to go. Well, let's put the over-under at 2.5. I could see him winning a bunch of races. 10, I believe, is the all-time record in a season. He could win Toronto. He could win Laguna. He could win Portland. Maybe Nashville. That gets him to 10. Is he going to take a run at it? Possibly. This would be something that IndyCar is pushing and promoting, is can he reach the all-time wins total and tie the record, or maybe break the record? I can see him getting close. I don't know if he'll break it. I can definitely see him getting close. Quick note on Santino Ferrucci. How long before somebody really rips him? He's cocky. He's got personality. I know some people like that. He also has an obnoxious attitude and a swelled head about his input and the improvement in AJ Foyt versus the car. It's the car, I believe, that has more to do with that than Santino Ferrucci. NASCAR Canada is headed out west for the annual swing. Saturday in Edmonton, Saskatoon next Wednesday. It's a quick trip. It's a quick turnaround back to the shortened trip. I wish the car count was going to be higher, but it is what it is. It's a tough time and it's very expensive, but there will be good racing at both of those events if you are headed out. NASCAR was in Chicago this past weekend for maybe the last time. I'm kind of starting to feel that way. The talk of San Diego, people using language when talking about the race. We're not focused on the future right now, but we want to make the best race possible. We'll discuss next year later on. Those are not inspiring words for the future of this event in Chicago. That's never a good sign. You want that, yes, 100%, going to be back, going to do everything possible to make it happen. Not feeling that. I think it's run its course. Talk of San Diego, Will they go back to Mexico? That's another story. But everybody's kind of in the, well, let's wait and see. City wants a better deal. City wants to shift it to another weekend. I don't know if that jives with what NASCAR has in mind for their schedule, but I think Chicago might have run its course. Also, Cody Ware going into the wall big. Yes, the caution should absolutely have come out sooner. He went into a deep stack of tires. It was 5 or 6 deep, so it cushioned the blow, and he was rubbing against the wall to slow himself down. Absolutely 100% caution should have come out much sooner than that. Coming up this weekend, it's big. As mentioned, I'm headed out west. IMSA is back in Canada for their annual swing at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. WeatherTech Series, Michelin Pilot Series, VP Racing Series, MX5 Cup. If you've not seen it in person, it's fantastic. If you're headed there this weekend, definitely go and check it out. NASCAR is going to Sonoma. IndyCar's at Iowa. Beautiful track in the middle of nowhere. As mentioned, headed to Edmonton. So lots of fallout still to come with the Christian Horner dismissal at Red Bull. We'll be following that. Enjoy another busy week of racing news and activity. We'll do it again next week.